Despite claims by the U.S. government that Iraq is now a better place and it's more stable, 33 people have recently been killed in bombings in Iraq and has wounded over 100 others. Now these have occurred in markets, public markets, and other places where people congregate. The worst of it was in Diwaniyah, a 130-kilometer city, a city 130,000 kilometers south of Baghdad. The bomb was inside of a vegetable truck and when it exploded, 25 people were killed and 40 people were injured. Now, despite the claims that things are getting better there and violence is on a decline, in fact, last month, no more than 3 days passed without a major attack. Now think about that, major attack, which means small attacks were happening probably constantly throughout, but 3 days without a major attack in which a lot of people died. Now these attacks are happening as Shia pilgrims are going to Karbala, the birthplace of the 9th century Shia leader known as the Hidden Imam. So there is a religious context to this, and the U.S. government and other neutral sources are saying that this is Al-Qaeda's work and Al-Qaeda's doing, rather than just simply acknowledging the internal religious conflicts that exist, which were almost non-existent under Saddam Hussein. For all the bad things there are about Saddam Hussein, at least this wasn't happening. Now, the government in Iraq is still relatively new, and it is all completely shaky despite claims by the U.S. that it's a stable government and it's trusted by its people. It's very much quite the opposite. A lot of people in Iraq do not have faith in their government at all. Mainly one of those reasons because they don't believe it's their government, that it's actually a U.S. puppet government, which is exactly what it is. Now, this all comes as supposedly major combat operations are over in Iraq, and there's no reason for the U.S. or any of the other countries involved to still be there. Yet the violence continues. It'd be interesting to note that these bombings that have been going on right now would not be going on if Saddam Hussein was still in power. And more importantly, 1.5 million Iraqi people would still be alive if it wasn't for the U.S. government and its imperialism for the profit of the ruling elite.